Hi, this is Lara at Elliott Wave Stock Market with your twice weekly Apple analysis. This analysis is done on Thursday the 11th of April at 10 to 9 in the evening New York time, just after. My last analysis had a little bit more confidence in expecting some upwards movement a few days ago for Apple, which is exactly what we've got for the last 3 days. I have a new target for you. I'm going to have 2 targets for this little piece of upwards movement to end. I expect when an intermediate degree second wave correction unfolding as a zigzag with a 535. At 471, minor wave C would reach equality in length with minor wave A, and at 471 price would find resistance at the upper edge of the small channel drawn using Elliott's technique around the zigzag for intermediate wave 2. If price moves up through the first target and keeps on going, or if when it gets there the structure for the C wave is incomplete, I'll use the second target. At 502, minor wave C would reach 1.618, the length of minor wave A. Intermediate wave 2 may not move beyond the start of intermediate wave 1. This wave count is invalidated with movement above 594.59. If that were to occur, then I would use my alternate daily wave count, but it has a lower probability. When the zigzag for intermediate wave 2 is complete, I will expect an increase in downwards momentum for Apple. My long-term target at this stage remains at 272, where primary wave 3 would reach 1.618, the length of primary wave 1. Let's have a look at what happened over the last few days, where the start of blue or minor wave C down here is this point down here. These blue lines are the same trend channel that you see on the daily chart, copied over here to the hourly chart. So we got upwards movement for the last 3 days as expected from Apple. So far we do not have a 5-wave impulse structure complete. We have 1, 2, a 3rd wave complete, and I have checked these subdivisions very carefully on the 5-minute chart. There's some nice 4th wave corrections up in here. This is where minuet wave 3 looks likely to have been complete, and it looks like we have a running contracting triangle for minuet wave 4. This structure on the 5-minute chart looks absolutely perfect as a triangle. I'm noticing a quirk of Apple. It does tend to do triangles quite a lot. On this hourly chart, so far I can see 4 at least, which is really unusual. I've never seen a market do as many triangles as Apple, which is really neat because it's my favourite Elliott wave structure, because if the triangle completes and it all remains correct and abides by the rules, then you have a really high probability of knowing what's going to happen next. Price should always exit a triangle in the same direction in which it entered. In this case, price entered the triangle trending up. We have a sideways triangle. We should see a short, sharp upwards thrust, maybe not so short, but a sharp upwards thrust for a final 5th wave out of this triangle. When price moves above 436.35, that's the D wave within the triangle, I would have confidence in saying the triangle should be over and the 5th wave should then be underway. In this instance, there is no Fibonacci ratio between minuet wave 3 and minuet wave 1, so that gives us a higher probability of knowing there will be a ratio between the 5th wave and either the 1st or 3rd. At 441, minuet wave 5 would reach equality in length with minuet wave 1, and that is the most common relationship between 1st and 5th waves, so that has the highest probability. So I will expect this triangle to end very soon. It looks like the E wave itself is unfolding as a little contracting triangle on the 5-minute chart. It's extremely close now to completion. I'll expect it to end within a couple of hours and maybe even within half an hour. And then I will expect sharp upwards movement from Apple towards the short-term target. When we have a clear 5-wave structure up on the hourly chart, then minute wave 1 within minor C should be complete, and then we should expect a longer, deeper 2nd wave correction for minute wave 2, which may not move beyond the start of 1, below 419.68. In my next analysis for Apple, early next week, I should be looking at a second wave correction and may be able to see when it should be over, and following that, we should have a third wave up and further upwards movement towards these targets. This whole structure for minus wave C probably has another 2, maybe even 3 weeks to unfold. This remains my alternate wave count on the daily chart. I'll only consider it if it's confirmed with movement above 594.59. I'm not going to spend any more time on that one in this video today. It's covered in previous videos quite clearly. So I was expecting some upwards movement for Apple for the last analysis, and I had a little more confidence in calling that. That's what happened. At this stage I can see a little fourth wave triangle, probably almost complete on the hourly chart. I have again some reasonable confidence in expecting this time a sharp upwards thrust out of that triangle when it's over towards that short-term target. That's all for me today with your Apple analysis, and I hope that everybody had a fabulous weekend.